Our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. That's the setting for the Pelicans. The dynamic Asar Thompson looking to make a statement for his team as they wind up for game time at Capital One Arena. Pelicans, Wizards, don't leave your seat. We'll be right back. Welcome to 2K Sports. What could be better than kicking back on a Sunday afternoon? Watching the NBA. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Let's see the stat sheet here for him.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. We've got Amen Thompson, and it's King in at the point guard position. And for the Wizards, they've got Johnson, and it's Harris in at the 5, roaming the paint. This is their second straight game facing off, Grant. Do you see tonight playing out like last game?
No, I think this one looks different. When we talked with the coaches, BA, they told us they've each got some new wrinkles for tonight.
Here's King. Pass to Blackman. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Just magnificent. I mean, he punishes the D for a lackluster effort.
They look a little disorganized there. The result is an emphatic jam.
Yeah, sometimes aggression can overcome certain offensive limitations. You saw it right there.
Now here's Thompson. 5 to shoot. Pass to Marks. There's the triple. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Now Johnson. Shot comes out. Thompson with some nice D. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Blackman. There's the screen. To the paint. Here's Peters. Oh, Harris with the block. Outside Johnson. Down low. The jump hook, and the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
Have to rotate out and help. Just too much size to contend with defensively.
King, the pass to Marks. Inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Out of bounds, it'll be Pelicans ball. Well, Grant, when it comes to exciting young guards who can really fill it up, Trey Johnson's name has to come to mind.
Yeah, no question about it, B.A. This kid can score in a variety of ways, and his confidence is what makes him so dangerous in this department.
Pass to Blackman. And there's the screen. Marks passes to King. He shoots a 3. Hits the trifecta.
well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
The Wizards trail by 3. Here's Harris. And here's Johnson. The rebound by Marks.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
King, the pass to Marks.
Set up!
Pass to King. Here's Peters. And it's in there. Peters has got 5.
He's been on a nice little run in this first quarter. He is laser focused.
Thompson against Love. Harris on the wing. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. New Orleans leading by 5. Thompson outside. Here's King, covered by Love, and it's King missing.
Oh, you can see he's kicking himself for missing that open mid-range. That's right in his wheelhouse.
Now Johnson. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. Love passes to Johnson. To win the drought. And King pulls it down. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Pass to Marks. Lets the 3 fly. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Wizards trail by 7. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. New Orleans on D. Outside Johnson. To the inside. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. Harris has gotten his second bucket of the game. New Orleans leading by 5. Here's King in his last outing with 12 points. Clock at 6. Pass to Blackman. And here's Owens outside. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Wizards. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
Now here's Thompson. 11 points for him last game against Houston.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
Here's Johnson. Back to Love. It's tipped. Johnson against Thompson to the left side wing. Here's King. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. Here's Franklin. Pass to Augman. Down low. The ball's knocked loose. Thompson with a steal. To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. And the ball out of play. The Wizards will have it. With a brief pause, here are the most difficult teams to score against over the last 10 games. Number 1, New Orleans.
Over this last stretch, their defense has been airtight. The opponents have had a tough time executing at the offensive end.
Denny Obvious checked in for Johnson. Outside Love. To the right side. Here's Franklin. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, listen, I like the bucket, but defensively, you've got to be better.
So timeout called here. The first for New Orleans. The Wizards making a switch here. Young's checked in. It's February. Let's see how things are shaping up in the East. Taking a look at the Wizards. Right now, they're in 10th place, hoping to get themselves into the playoff picture.
You know, for Washington, they're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
Here's Young. After the basket by New Orleans. Ogden can't get it to go. And we've seen the Wizards churning their roster, Doris, with an eye toward the future.
Yes, and that BA means inevitably absorbing those extended losing streaks, but you're doing it at least with a plan in mind. You need talent to win, and I'm talking big-time talent. And the best way to develop that talent is with patience. So there's a process they're following.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Trae Young is learning to become more of a threat when he's off the ball. He said at every level there's a different type of game. Now, knowing the NBA game, I'm more patient, understanding how the game is, how to control it from the beginning to the end, and how you need to win. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. Now here's Thompson. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Oh, Harris with the block. Here's Franklin. Harris a screen. Shot from 16. Franklin, good. Franklin's gotten his second bucket.
Well, you give him that good a look, he is going to typically make you pay.
New Orleans calls timeout. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back.
Washington making some changes. George comes in for Harris, and it's Johnson in for Avdia. We've got Trae Young, also Johnson out there, and it's Ogden in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. To the paint. Here's Franklin, and that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
Boy, he's been impressive scoring the basketball, but it is really tough to play from behind.
Pass to Henderson. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Wizards. And let's see what Washington has coming up. On Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Utah, going up against the Jazz. And then Friday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
Checking out their schedule, they've got a tough run of games coming up, but quality opponents are a great chance for you to see how well your team can truly perform.
Inside, here's Johnson, and that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
Creating easier opportunities for your guys to score. That is good offense.
King, pass to Thompson. In today's game, it seems like running a good offense can come down to getting favorable switches doors.
It does, BA. You see so many of the great teams, those competing for championships. What is their primary goal on offense? Find the weakest target defensively and go at them.
So for Washington, Harris is checked in for George, and Love is subbed in for Trae Young. Blackman passes to King. Henderson with a screen on Love. Up top, Henderson. Here's King, covered by Love. King gets the bucket. King's got 6 points.
And you'd think their lead would hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
Outside Love. Drives to the hoop. The kick out to Johnson. Shoots over Thompson. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. Okay, big man. Hammer it home.
Ooh, showing some athleticism right there. He still knows how to finish.
You know, you love it when he plays big. Overpowering move right there.
Thompson with the block. Oh, from deep. The shot no good. The Wizards trail by 16. Pass to Love. Washington moving the ball around. And Harris throws it down.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Here's King. He has 6. Out to the wing, and here's Owens outside. Rebound Washington. They're moving on after the tough loss at the hands of the Pelicans.
Yeah, it was really just the failure to convert shots on a consistent basis. That's going to cost you games, believe me.
I thought most of the shots they took were low percentage looks. The key in the NBA is, can you get your best scorers into their best spots? They didn't do that.
Henderson with a screen on Love. King, the pass to Henderson. It's stolen by Love. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Franklin, count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Henderson with a screen on Love. Pass to Henderson. Puts up a 3. The shot off that time. Now here's Love. From deep, Johnson. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's New Orleans earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be back in a moment.
And now, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. One more time, round of applause for our participants.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Washington Wizards.
They have been sloppy here, Ernie. You know, I know they're hearing it in the locker room right now. You can't compete with that many mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of wasted possessions on their part. And let's move on to the race for Rookie of the Year. A lot of young talent in the league this season.
We're around the halfway point, and these guys aren't slowing down a bit. We'll see who turns on the Jets and pulls away in the race.
Which rookies hit that wall along the way? Bam!
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Washington. Trailing by 10. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Jazz at Delta Center in Utah. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. So for the Pelicans right now, they've got Thompson, and it's Blackman in at the 4. 4 on the clock. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Pass to Peters. Here's Marks. Here's Peters. Hounded by Harris. Oh, Harris with the block. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Amin Thompson.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
Love passes to Harris. From the arc. And Johnson is good for 3. Johnson's got 16 points.
Listen, this guy's doing his part. It's what we know he's about, but they have got to get some productivity from some other guys on this roster.
King, the pass to Thompson. Here's King. 6 points for him. The shot by Marks, no good.
Boy, that's a case where he may have been too focused on answering back with his own 3.
Pass to Love. Takes the 3. Thompson pulls it in.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Oh, he can't miss. 8 for 8 after that shot.
Oh, he is red hot right now. Defense has got to lock in.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Love inside. Pass to Franklin. Here's the pick. Lets it go from deep. And King pulls it down. King's got his 6th rebound on the night. Thompson, that's good. And it's an 11-point New Orleans lead.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Pass to Harris. Harris a screen. Here's Franklin. The 3 is up. They get it again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Here's King. He has 6. Fades and shoots. The shot by Mark's no good.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Love for 3. Peters grabs a miss.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Here's King. Pass to Blackman from behind the arc. Gets the 3 to fall. Blackman's got his first 3 points of the game.
Imagine how much bigger this lead might be if he were a little more selfish.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And these are the best teams this season when it comes to converting points off turnovers. The Pelicans, number 1.
It's one thing to cause turnovers, but the key is turning those takeaways into points. And this team is the best in the league at doing that.
The Wizards trail by 12. Harris, a screen on Thompson, and play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
New Orleans has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Here's King. He has 6. Here's Marks. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup. Marks has got 11 points.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Love passes to Augman. Down low. Here's Franklin. The 3 ball. Deflected. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
New Orleans leading by 10. George out there with Avdia. Then there's Johnson. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Augman in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Here's Thompson. Banked it in off the glass.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Fearless from Young inside.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
Here's King. Pass to Henderson. Over Avdia. Nice D from Avdia.
Oh, the analytics department is smiling after that one.
Young. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. And so Thompson will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. At one point, they led by 16. Blackman passes to King. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, easy pickings from that distance. More of that, please.
Now here's Young. Not a lot of room. Pass to Abdia. Now here's Young. Launches it. Young missing again.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
King, the pass to Henderson. George against Thompson. Pass to Young. And King pulls it down. King's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
This guy just simply can't find his rhythm, and sometimes that happens. Well, he hasn't helped them much tonight, but they've gotten a lot of productivity from other players.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Young does it himself, all alone at the rim.
And the defense really has no chance when Young gets in space. He's just too skilled.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear the Pelicans coach going over their plan during the last break. And they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. And they'll get another chance. Thompson passes to King. Over Young. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. King's got 4 points in the quarter.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Thompson outside. Sinks that one from the post. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And another theme in this game to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Here's King. Henderson outside. They set a pick. 5 on the clock. Rebound by the Wizards. Abdia's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here goes Trey. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Courageous play by Young. I mean, he goes inside and gets past the contact to his shot.
Henderson with a screen on Young. Henderson outside. Here's King, guarded by Young. Here's Owens. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Denny Abdia.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really strong at the line since the break.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The Wizards trail by 8. George passes to Love. Harris on the wing. George sets a screen. Here's Love. The Pelicans pull it in. King's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Henderson with a screen on Love. King, the pass to Blackman. And here's Henderson. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by George. George has got 4 rebounds now.
He started out strong. 3 threes in the first half, but the long ball has disappeared on him since.
Fires it from 18. Uses the glass to drop it in.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last. Oh, terrific pass right there. Your teammate just walks right into it.
Outside Love. To the middle. Here's Franklin. Kicks it to George. Fires the 3. The Pelicans pull it in. At one point, they led by 16.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
Love with the ball. Now Thompson defending. Outside for Love. Back to Harris. To the inside. Here's Johnson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Washington, Johnson taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Johnson. Eason's checked in for New Orleans. And Johnson drops them both.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
Here's King. Pass to Blackman. From deep. They get it back. And he can't get that one. Wizards trail by 6. Harris, a screen on Thompson. Here's Franklin. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Thompson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's King. Pass to Eason. From downtown. Connects from downtown. And the Pelicans lead by 9.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Franklin. For 3. Owens grabs the board.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Thompson passes to King. Right side Easton. Here's Franklin. To the middle. The fader. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
This right here, whew, this is how you want to play the game. With passion, with energy, just great hustle play right there.
Jacks up a 3. Eason can't get it to go. Wizards trail by 7. Pass to Johnson. And here's Harris. Back to Johnson. Harris a screen. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. No good.
He's done a dynamite job rebounding the basketball and no issues fighting it out against the big guys down low.
Oh, it's off target. Washington's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the 4th. Johnson. Bucket is good.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
New Orleans leading by 5. Here's King. Outside Thompson. There's a screen. Jacks up a 3. Ooh, it doesn't go. And the Wizards' shooting has been good, around 52% from the field. Right side Johnson. And the ball out of play. The Pelicans will have it. And New Orleans shooting just 38% here in the 4th. Here's King. Six on the shot clock. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Johnson banks it home. Big shot.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Johnson with the rebound.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Oh, using the reverse. What a bucket.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Here's King. Beyond the arc. Harris there for the rebound.
Well, you can see they are willing to absorb some of these open shots from this guy because obviously another miss here.
He didn't have his feet planted.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Johnson with it. Five to shoot. Here's Harris. Off on the layup. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's New Orleans now. At one point, they led by 16. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Third personal foul.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5.
Shooting for New Orleans.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, critical trip to the line. He knocks him in and gives him a little cushion down the stretch.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. 20 seconds left in the final quarter. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
They need to answer fast.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
For 3. Oh, it's off.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Team foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. And so the Pelicans take the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian.
You make me want